Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be color blocking this painting, so come on along, let's get to the video. I had forgotten to press play right away, so you're getting a little bit in, but I'll describe to you what I've done so far. So I paint the canvas red, as you guys know, and I chalk in. You'll be able to, if you look close, you'll be able to see the chalk lines. I chalk in the composition. And then I kind of ink it in with a burgundy kind of paint. If you look at the bottom in the reflection, in the water area, you'll see that burgundy kind of line. And then I start with the midground. I consider the water the foreground. I consider the sky the background. So then I start with the midground. So what I've done here is I started with the rock formations and the main trees, just kind of getting the main elements of what I'm doing in place. And here I'm going in and I'm actually starting a little bit of the reflections now that I've got the mid-range work done. And you'll see the middle ground is not completely done. I've just simply indicated where I want things, what my main darks are going to be, things like that. So then I go back and forth, and you see here I popping in a little bit of red, but that red won't show up until I paint around it because of the red background, of course. So, but this is the part of the play that gets really, really fun. And I love to touch turquoise with my greens, and I end up a lot with blue trees. Now, if you hear any background noise here, I am actually in Kelowna already, and I'm doing a voiceover for you. And I'm sitting in a car waiting for my grandson to be finished a birthday party. It's such a joy to be able to come out here and participate in their daily lives and have such fun. So now I'm working the mid-range again, but a little bit further back. If I'm looking at my reference photo, I'm kind of squinting my eyes and seeing where the darks and lights are. In Kelowna, I'm in a gallery called Hambleton Galleries. And my story about Kelowna is that when my son and my daughter-in-law moved here, I was, it was a tragic situation because I was very, very sad to lose them. They had been in Ontario with us for a couple of years after they got married. But Emily had always been from BC and always wanted to come back. And my son is an adventurer, and he wanted to come back as well. So she, in her wisdom, said, "Hey, Mom, why don't you fly into Calgary and we'll drive through the mountains, and we will, you've never seen them, so we'll do a 2-day trip, and you can take photos and you can kind of be inspired by the mountains." And I certainly was. So when I think the second or third time that we came to Kelowna, I had a painting with me. I'm not quite sure why I had the painting with me, or I had sent it with Aaron, as a gift to Aaron for his house. But I popped into a gallery in Kelowna, and I won't say the name because right now it is under great, great controversy. But I was with the original owner that I met for many years, and I popped in, and guys, this is not how an artist does things. But I did it with this one, and I popped in and I just said, "I'm an artist. I do fairly well. People like my work." I'm in, at that point, I was probably in 7 or 8 galleries across the country. And I said, "My son lives here in Kelowna. I would like to have lots more reasons to come here, and I would love to be part of your gallery." As I had gone from gallery to gallery and checked all the galleries out and thought that they were an excellent fit. I said, "I have a painting. Here's my card. Please look at my website. And if you want, I can bring this painting in for you to see." And you know what? She liked it. She liked my website. She said, "Yes, please bring in a painting." I brought in the painting. She loved the painting. She said, I would like to work with you. And I said, okay, I'll go home and we'll get it together. She's like, you don't even know. It was January or something. She's like, my selling season is coming up. I'm going to need 6 pieces by May. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to go home and paint. And I went home and I started painting from all my photos of hikes and things in Kelowna. And she became quickly one of my top selling galleries. People just really, really did enjoy my work while here in Kelowna. Not while they were in Kelowna, here in Kelowna. They really enjoyed my work and I sold really, really well until a couple of years ago when she sold the business, and it turned out she may have not sold the business to the most reputable of people, which is really too bad. And a lot of artists have had some problems, and that's drama and a story for another day. But I don't know if you've noticed while I've been painting that I also have been painting around the sides. So I'll paint the front and I'll just whip that paint around the side to get the same base colors that I'm using to travel around the edge. So this angle actually shows you pretty well how that paint looks when I paint around the edge. So obviously I have sped up the video here. I think if I have just run it at regular rate, it would be a very, very long video. But yeah, you can see there I'm painting around the side as well. I don't know if you like to do that technique or if you've tried it, but it's a great technique and it allows your painting to become a little more contemporary looking, as well as it saves your client framing. So there I'm starting to build into the sky. I kind of layer into the sky. So I'm kind of going from dark to light and building more trees and building more forest in behind the first layers of the trees. If you see that, the points and everything, they almost all indicate, another layer of trees in the far distance. And when I go in and paint the sky, it'll solidify that line and kind of, I'll make branches, I'll make trunks, I'll make all of that. I hope that's a good explanation. Remember, I'm rambling with these voiceovers. You guys don't want just music, so I'm rambling here. But I think at this point, I'm going to put on a little bit of music and I'll come back in a few minutes with a few more stories. But take a look and see what I'm doing here as I'm building the sky and color blocking the rest of this painting in. So there you go. You got a 4-minute song and watched me as I'm trying to paint reflection in the water and trying to fill in, all the canvas. So at this point, I'm sitting here looking at this painting and I'm seeing a lot of intensity. So there's not a lot of value change. I think if I turned this painting right now black and white, it wouldn't have a whole lot of change on the value scale. I don't know if you can see that, if you're with me on that, but I think that's where I would say right now. So I've got to, in my final layers, I'm going to have to come in and I'm going to have to bring, I think, the whole colorful area on the right. I'm going to have to tone it down as if the sun was really on that and it was very, very lit, almost backlit, because the shadows are coming from behind, right? The reflection is on the lake, but the light is kind of coming in from behind. So I'll have to do that. And I did promise you at the beginning of the video that I would turn the camera on when I'm back in the studio. I'm in Kelowna right now. So when I'm back in the studio, I will turn the camera on and do that for you. Now, here's what I hate. I am not a messy painter. Now, it's a hot mess everywhere else. But when I get paint all over myself, I have to stop. I have to wash my hands and moisturize and get clean again. I don't paint with dirty hands necessarily. I don't know what I did. I must have picked up a lid or something. But here I am filling in now the sky. And again, the technique I do is I start building out from the positive, and it will actually create a lot of branches and things like that. And I don't know why I bop back and forth. I don't paint one section at a time. I tend to all of a sudden see something that I'm going to need and I'll go for it. I rinse my brush and start again. So here's the sky coming in. And I'm building out from the positive shape. Look at that. I rest my hand often on my French cleat while I'm painting. I don't know if you guys have any habits that you particularly do. So see there, I'm putting a little bit of pink in the sky and light. And as I'm painting that, it is showing off and developing branches and the tips of trees. I hope you could see what I meant there. By layering from the middle ground to the background, it does allow me to just build in more layers of trees. If I just painted the background and then painted the trees, the middle line on top, I don't think I would get the variety of branches and trees and tree lines and depth that I need. So here I've lowered the canvas on my French cleat, which is so awesome. Look up French cleats for an explanation of it. And I believe I do have a video on French cleat, my whole French cleat system. But if you look up a video or Google it, you'll be able to understand what a French cleat is and how it works. It is really quite wonderful. So here I'm developing the sky and I'm developing it out from the positive shapes that are the trees. I love to do this. I love to build out and give life to that sky. Again, that's another reason why I don't just paint the sky and paint on top of it. Also, texturally, I love a fresh canvas. So painting, a whole sky and then painting trees on top of it is not the look that I kind of go for. I build out from that positive shape. So I'm filling in the whole sky and I'm getting it, I do the top. You notice I do the top a little bit. It's almost to clean my brush so that when I go back in, I can pick up a whole new fresh amount of paint, and it helps me not to create mud. My grandson River and my granddaughter Autumn came out of the party, and now they're watching the video here too while I'm doing this voiceover. Hey guys, what do you think? What's going on in Grandma's painting?
I think it looks pretty cool with like the trees and the mountains in the background. But I don't know what that red stuff is.
You don't know why it's red? What do you think, Autumn?
I don't know. Oh.
You don't know? What do you think I'm doing there, River?
I think it's because before you do your paintings, you paint the back in all red.
Yep. Do you know why I paint it red?
No?
Is to get rid of the scary white.
The scaly?
Yeah. Sometimes when artists look at paintings or their big canvas and they don't quite know what they're going to do, sometimes they get a little scared. Do you ever get scared when you're painting that you're going to mess it up?
Yeah.
Can you really mess up a painting?
No.
No, why not? Why not?
Yes, why not? It's impossible to mess up.
What is it impossible to mess up?
An abstract.
An abstract.
Messing up is practically how you make it.
That is really true. Messing up is practically how you make it. Now, buddy, there's a little bit more to painting abstracts than just, throwing paint at the canvas. I'm learning that because I'm trying to do abstracts. Did you know that Goga's trying to do abstracts?
No.
Yeah. You did, right? Well, look I'm almost done the red.
Just have a little more.
Little more to do. Thanks for your commentary.
Can I finish it?
Okay, that was just the cutest. Didn't you love River's take on abstract? So I'm almost finished my color blocking. Here I go. Finishing that corner. And then I will let it dry. Acrylic gets darker as it dries. So the next few layers will help me bring things forward and take things back. And and that's it for the color blocking of this piece. Okay, so it's all color blocked and I hope you enjoyed that. I am now going to Kelowna. I'm going to be teaching a class in Kelowna and having a great time, but I'll be away from my studio, so I can't finish it yet. But I promise I am going to turn the camera on and I'll finish this painting. So this painting that video will come out in a week or two, but I will finish it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It helps the channel a lot, helps me, and have a great week.